Hey y'all, it's Marianne with Life Meets Manuscript. Today I'm giving you the best I've got, and I'm glad you can join because there are some things that I wish I knew before I became a creative over 40. Seriously. And there are statistics that say certain things and there are myths. So we're going to break down what those myths are and bust them right here. So, first off, most of my books that I published them in my 20s and 30s. So, I started out really early, really young, and I went through it. I did the thing. So, by the time I got to my 40s, I was like, wow, I did a lot of things. How can I what is the next thing? What can I do that's different? What do I need right now? So, one of the first myths about being a creative at this point in our lives, starting in midlife, is that it's too late. And I have to say, no, 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 that it's never too late to start. Yes, I did a lot of my work in my 20s and 30s. However, now at this stage in my life, I have more, how can I say, patience. I also have more resources, including inner resources. And I also have, how can I say, a sort of confidence because of what I've been through, come through, already developed, have not done. It gives me like this, a sort of new packaging, a sort of new container I can work with that's different than what we're hearing. Because in our culture, it's so youth driven. So you're going to hear all the stuff, all the things coming out new by, our youth driven culture. So the 20s and the 30s and what they're doing and the teens and the this and that. So we'll tend to feel like, oh, there's no space for new voices, or, how am I going to explain why it took 40 years, 30 years to write one book? So I want to say that it's never too late. I am a very good example that I could have stopped at the fifth book or the sixth book or the third book. And I just kept going because this is what I do. This is what I like doing. And actually, I've had a love-hate relationship with writing. You ever met a chef who didn't cook, or a dancer who doesn't dance, or um a singer who doesn't sing? I'm sure you've met them, and if you haven't, maybe you will. These are people who have gifts, but they're not using them, or they use them in one part of their life, and now they have a love-hate relationship because sometimes with our gifts, we're so good at them that we overexhaust ourselves in them, and other people exhaust us because we have so much of that good stuff. They want like to get information. They want to do it too, and they want you to do something for them. And we tend to get exhausted. I mean, look at all the celebrities and stuff. I mean, that stuff is real. Like the pressure that's felt, whether it's inward that we're doing to ourselves or others are doing to us. So at this time, I just want to backtrack and just go back to that it's not too late. You can start anytime. And if I were you, I would do a quick search on people who have published after 50, after 40, after 60, and are doing great. Actually, I wouldn't even waste my time if I were you doing that because you already know. The proof is in the pudding. And if you need the facts, you can go ahead and do the Google search because it's going to be right there for you. So the other myth is that we're too busy at this point in life. That one is so controversial because I don't believe in busyness. I believe everyone can do what they want to do when they want to do it. I believe there's anxiety that masquerades as busyness. So you're going to Costco, you're going to BJ's today, and you also have to get your hair done, and you also have to mail out the postcards before 5 o'clock. That's a lot of stuff, but who scheduled all of that in one day? Was it the anxiety that says I can't do it, I have to do it all, or was it something else? So I wouldn't call a day like that busy. It's just self-inflicted. I would just call it just being unorganized, not planning ahead, things like that. So we need to look at that word busyness and see how we can come up with new words to replace that old, overused, dry, busy word. And I think that we should just use that we're not too busy. We actually have a lot of the good stuff. Um, and if we don't have good stuff, we create the space. There's lots of time during the day. And if there's not, you'll find it. It's always there's always time. What's lacking is motivation. What's lacking is peace. What's lacking is planning. What's lacking is organization. It's not busyness. So the third and last thing I want to talk about, the last myth. But before I get there, I want to give you a little tip about this too busy thing. That really bugs me. So I'm going to come back to that because one of the things that I found that's really helped me is using a day planner. I use a paper day planner and it's really helped me plan my months, my weeks ahead and my days. It also has a great section about um, visioning and goals and planning. And you can use these day planners as paper, you can use them digitally. They're all available to you. So I think as writers, as painters, as artists, we should be having day planners because we can make them anything we want. They don't have to be boring day planners where you're just writing out lists and stuff. They can be colorful, they can have pictures, they can have stickers, they can have, if it's digital, they can have effects, all kinds of things. It's a great way to also infuse your creativity into and see how and what emerges. So the last thing is the too old. Now, the too old thing, I feel like I kind of touched on that when I talked about too late, but I want to talk about the psychological effects of the too old thing. I think that that's just a self-sabotage mechanism to think that our age would stop us from producing work. I mean, if you are, you know, God willing, healthy, can see, hear, and write, have all your senses, you can produce work. So age is not going to stop that. And I think it's really a self-limiting perspective. So just get that out of the way. Maybe you should also go on Google and do the search, cut out pictures of people who are successful after 50, after 40, after 45, after 80. And then put that in your journal and really use it or put it on your vision board and use it to inspire you to feel like it's never too late to create. And if you follow this channel, make sure you like if you like this video and also use this as a platform to inspire you to take that next step because we all need help. I do, you do, we all need to see other people doing the thing so that we can do the thing as well. Do the thing as well. Yes, like I said, these videos are not edited because I'm here being me. Yes, I have lots of thoughts that come out all at the same time. And if I took the time to edit these things, you will never see them. So thank you for joining, and I'll see you at the next one.